What's up, guys? Nothing really interesting today. Oh, trunk's open, yeah. Oh, that's gonna suck, man. So our garage has like one of those, like, it's not a security light, but like it's one of those big, like almost like street light looking lights that, you know, like it's up our whole yard. It was really old when we bought the place, and holy crap, this water is so high. Anyways, it was really old when we bought the place. It worked for a couple years, and it finally burnt out, like, I don't know, maybe like 2 years ago-ish. And I never replaced it. I never had a ladder that tall enough to get up there to change it out, so I never really worried about it. But every night when I let the dogs out and stuff, I'm like, I just missed that light. Like, it was a nice security light, you know. It kept most of our backyard lit up, at least somewhat. But I missed having it. I mean, it was the old school, like, high pressure bulb or something, whatever the hell that means, but it wasn't really energy efficient at all, so it definitely cost money to keep it on. Yes, I know the trunk is open, but check this out. Check this water. This is crazy. Look at these people's driveway. That's insane. This whole area is so flooded. I put it back on my little phone mount. Oh, it's gonna vibrate like crazy. But yeah, so anyways, like, I never had a ladder that was tall enough to, yeah, check this out up here too. I never had a ladder that was tall enough to be able to reach up there, so I never really worried about it. But the other day, I'm like, man, I want to get that replaced. I'm like, I'll find one of my buddies is gonna have a ladder like that, you know. I'll find somebody. Then my uncle, I posted on Facebook, I was like, hey, anybody got like a 10-foot plus tall ladder I could borrow whenever my new light comes in? I ordered one on Amazon, an LED one with the little sensor on it where it turns on at night and turns off during the day, so I can just leave the switch on all the time, the dusk to dawn sensor or whatever. I found a really nice one on eBay that was on like a clearance or on a sale for like 30 bucks, and it was normally, I think, like 90 or something. All the reviews were great, and I checked the reviews. It wasn't, you know, like, I was sent this product for free in exchange for a review, you know, so they were legit reviews. So I ordered that, and it was supposed to be here Wednesday, and today's Monday, and Amazon truck pulled up. I was like, no way. But my uncle had commented on my post. He's like, hey, I got a 20-foot extension ladder you can borrow. I was like, oh, okay, that would work perfect. But he lives way out in like Petersburg, which is probably a solid 25 or 30 minutes. Yeah, I'd say at least like a half-hour drive, and it's all back roads like this. So I was like, all right, cool, you know, I'll let you know Wednesday it's supposed to be here, so, you know, maybe Wednesday morning or something, I'll get a hold of you and, you know, come pick it up or whatever if you're in town, drop it off or something. Well, it showed up today, so I sent him a text. I was like, hey, that light came early. It's like, are you going to be home at all later on today so I can come borrow that ladder? No text back. One of my buddies I went to school with had commented on there. He's like, he lives fairly close, somewhere right down the road. I don't know where, but like one of the neighborhoods right by me. And this was not vibrating anymore. So he commented, he's like, hey, I got one. He's like, I'll bring it to your house whenever you need it, just let me know. I was like, all right, man, I appreciate it. You know, if I can't get my uncle's, you know, I'll definitely let you know. So I texted my uncle, no text back. We had to go get like some groceries and stuff like that. So a couple hours went by and he didn't say anything. So we got back home. I'm like, man, I really want to get that thing put on tonight. You know, it's getting dark so I can actually see it work and whatnot. So I texted my buddy. I was like, hey, you know, I texted my uncle. He dropped off the face of the earth. I was like, would you mind if I borrow that ladder? You know, if not, you know, no big deal. You know, don't. So he never texted back. I was like, damn, man. So I'm like, I need a ladder anyways. Like, I don't have the money to buy one right now, you know, being off work. But I'm like, I need a ladder so frequently. Like, I should just go Lowe's and like Home Depot, Menards and stuff. They're all having great sales and stuff like that right now. I'm like, as much as I don't want to spend that money, I was like, I need to just go either go buy one and just finally, you know, have one, or I thought about going to buy one, using it, and then, you know, taking it back, because I literally need it for, it'll probably take me 5 minutes to swap this light out. I gotta undo 3 screws, take the wire nuts off, put the new one on, and then screw it in place. Like, it's that simple. So I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just buy one and then return it. And then I was like, maybe I'll just buy one and keep it. But so I found one at Lowe's I was gonna get, and then my buddy was texting me, another friend of mine that I used to work with at Kroger, and I was like, hey, you wouldn't have to have a ladder, would you? And he was like, I do actually. And I was like, what size? He's like, I think it's like a 20-footer. And he sent me a picture, and the angle of the picture made it look like it was huge. So I'm like, oh man. I'm like, and he don't have a truck anymore. He's got they've got like a Taurus and some kind of other car. And I was like, oof. I was like, that's not fitting in my little car. I was like, that's not fitting in my little car, I don't think. And then he's like, oh, you know, he's like, I know it's at least 20 foot when it's extended, but I don't think it's actually that long when it's folded. I'm like, oh, all right. I was like, he's like, let me go measure. I'm like, well, you know, whenever you get a chance, you know, don't, you know, impede on your day, you know, try to get that for me, because it was like hanging up and everything. So he measured, he's like, yeah, it's about 12 foot. And I was like, I just had a piece of lumber in my car, the deck board, that crooked one. I'm gonna take that one back to Lowe's, and you know, when I do buy more. And I had that in here to see how it fit, because I was like, yeah, that's pretty long. And just like this ladder right here that I'll show you in a second, it only hung out about maybe 2 foot or so. Like, I had the piece of wood like all the way up to my radio. It only hung out the trunk about 2 foot. So I'm like, oh, that's not bad at all. So I text him, I'm like, shoot, if it's 12 foot, you know, I can fit it'll only hang out about 2.5 or 3 feet maybe. You know, I got bungee straps and whatnot, so we're good. So I went over there, I was like, let's try it at least, because I was actually, like, I had one in my cart at Lowe's, like, online. I was gonna, like, order it and then just go, like, pick it up at the store or whatever. And then, so I ran over there. He lives about 15 minutes away, maybe. So I ran over there. It fit nice. We bullshitted for a second, and then went on my way. He's still working, so he's like, yeah, we're getting ready to have dinner and get ready for bed. I'm like, well, I was like, because I was going to bring it back tonight. I'm like, I only need it for literally like 5 or 10 minutes. He's like, oh, he's like, I'm not worried about it. He's like, you know, I know where you live. You know where I live, whenever. So, but yeah, this thing is huge. It fits, though. Let's see up the back. I just got my arm like resting on it to kind of hold it. I've got I've got a bungee strap on either side wrapped around it, and then wrapped around like the mounting point in my trunk, and then like that should hold it, you know, and make it not move around. And then I got 2 bungee straps that go from my trunk lid, wrap around the ladder, and then like to the trunk latch thing or whatever, so my trunk's not bouncing. And I thought I had those nice and tight, but the trunk lid still bounces on certain bumps. I'm like, ugh. I threw a towel down, so hopefully it doesn't like scratch it up or anything, but if it does, it's a lease, so I'll have to figure something out to fix it. But yeah, I'm almost home, so I've got a vlog to put up tomorrow morning, which was yesterday of me working on the deck. I got a pretty good amount done. But today we really didn't do. I mean, we went grocery shopping. It was horrible. Stores are starting to do like I showed you guys at Lowe's. Stores are starting to do lines. We went to Kroger because there's no line. Like, they're not doing that yet, but they got like a one-way like thing in each aisle. Like every other aisle, like you can walk this way in this aisle, and then the next aisle you walk this way. And they got like, you know, red tape that says one way only, you know, do not enter this side, and then the other side's green and it says, you know, one way. Nobody follows it. It's so frustrating. You know, it's little stuff like that can possibly help. And then still these people with the masks and gloves, like, I follow, well, no, not follow, but we needed some hamburger. I'm in Myers, or Meyer, I think, there's no S on it. go to the hamburger meat. They got plenty. There's this lady standing, like the whole time we were walking to the area, there was a lady just standing there, like just looking at it, grabbing stuff, moving stuff around. I'm like, you know, be a little bit respect. You know, why do you gotta grab every single one and move it around and touch it? So I get over there. She's got a mask on, no gloves, but she's got a mask on. And she's got her phone in a Ziploc bag, holding it, and she's trying to talk, like she's got the phone on speakerphone, and she's trying to talk, and I'm just the whole time, like, she's in everybody's way. Like, there's plenty of people around that are trying to get stuff, and she's just standing in the way. So I'm like, excuse me, you know, I'm trying to grab some meat here. You know, I'm actually getting stuff. I'm not just holding the damn line up. But, so that was frustrating. And then you see, like, a family of, like, I would assume at least 5 or 6 people. Out of all those people, 2 of them had masks on. I hope they don't ever take those masks off, I guess, is where I'm going with that, because you're at the same store that your immediate family members are at with no masks on. And when you go home and take your mask off, whatever they brought home, you know, whatever they brought home, you're gonna get. Okay, let's, you know, share the road here, people. Like, it's nice seeing people out and about, like, getting exercise, but at the same time, like, pull your head out of your ass. You know, there are cars, like, cars need to get through. I know pedestrians have the right of way, but move your ass. All right, you guys, I just got in from swapping that light out on the ladder. That was the sketchiest, like, scariest thing I have ever done. I don't mean to sound like a baby or something, but I didn't even measure. I had to put the ladder up, like, I had to extend it like 4 clicks or whatever, so like 4 steps. So I was probably about, I'd say roughly like 12, 13 feet in the air maybe. Once I got, like, I got off the ladder 3 different times because I was like, nope, I'm not doing this. No way. I would get up like 3 steps. So let me give you a back. I should have recorded. I wish I would have. I could have put my GoPro on my head or something. But so all I had to do, there's 2 wires, there's supposed to be 3, but there's no ground, neutral or whatever, like the copper wire. So there's 2 wires. I just got to unscrew the wire nuts and pull those off. That literally that quick. Unscrew it, pull it off. And then there's 2 bolts that, like, hold the light on that pole, and then it slides off. So all I got to do, I got to go up on the ladder, undo those 2 bolts, you know, slide the light off, and then just pull those wire nuts off. And it's literally that quick. Like, I'm talking 30 seconds tops. And then I got to redo the same thing in reverse to put the new light on. I got to put the 2 wires in the wire nuts, push it back in the pole, and then put the light over the post, and then screw it with the 2 screws. That's it. Theoretically, should have took 5 minutes total, right? So I go up there. I had climbed up like 3 steps, and by that point, like, I could see, you know, like the hardware, and this one wasn't a screwdriver. Like, the new light just has like big Phillips screws. So the old one had like actual nuts, like a bolt. So I needed, you know, like a ratchet. And I was like, God dang it, you know, a nice screwdriver, I can get a nice long one and not have to be up as high. But so I get back down, and I grab like 3 ratchet sizes. I thought it could have been socket sizes. I think it ended up being like a 10 millimeter, 11 millimeter or something. But it was, ironically enough, the first one that I put on the ratchet that I had in my hand. So that worked out perfect. But so I get like 4 steps up the ladder, and then, like, the thing just starts, the higher you get, like, it just wobbles. Not like wobbles like the ground is loose. It's just because it's aluminum, it just flexes, I guess. Like, not the steps, but like just the whole ladder itself. It's hard to explain. If you've ever been on a ladder, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But the higher my big ass got on the ladder, like, the more, like, I'm wobbling back and forth. And even though in my head, like, I'm grabbing it and being as still as possible, like, just blinking my eye, food's done, just blinking my eye, I felt like made the ladder go like this. So I'm like, you know, death gripping this thing. Like, I got a tool in my hand, I got tools in my pocket that I might need, and then I got like 5 steps up probably. I think I needed to get probably about 8 or 9 steps up. And I'm like 5 steps up. And I look down. I'm like, nope. Got right back down. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. This is stupid. Screw this light. Whatever. I'm done. No, I really wanted this damn light on. So I did that like 2 or 3 times total. I got like halfway up and then I was like, nope. And then I don't know, something came over me. I'm like, just get up there and get it done. Like it's, if you fall, like it's not even that high. It's, you know, like my feet are probably like where my head is. You know, I would fall and probably hurt my back or something, sleep it off. Like I'm just trying to like, you know, build confidence in myself or something. So I get up there and I'm like, I was high enough to where I could reach it, but like, you know, my arm is just all the way up there as far as it can. So I'm like, I'm going to go one more step. And I just, you know, closed my eyes and slowly climbed up. And I'm like, okay, cool. You know, now the light's like right here and it's really easy for me to work on. So I get it off. And then like when you slide it off, the wires come out of that pole where you connect it. So like, I'm like holding it kind of like just, you know, against my chest right here and like undoing those wire nuts. And I'm like, I'm not holding this and then climbing down the ladder with one hand. So I just totally threw it like a football across the yard into the grass. Thing blew up into a million pieces, of course. So I had to clean that up, of course, before we let the dogs out. But got that down and then I'm like, okay, so step 1, I'm good. You know, everything's fine. So I climb back down. I get the new light ready. You know, I get the wire nuts ready. I put the wire nuts in my mouth so I could like just, you know, pop it out of my mouth real quick or whatever. Got up there, connected them, and then like slid the light on and screwed it tight. Kind of just guessed. I'm like, okay, you know, it looks level to me. I'm good. I'm getting down. So I got down. Excuse me, I gotta like burp or something. So I got down. I flipped the switch. Seen it was on. I was like, okay, cool. Put the ladder away. Put the tools away. Close the garage. I came inside and I just like sat down. I was just like, and I'm not afraid of heights at all. Like I love roller coasters. I love, you know, like hiking on like cliffs and stuff. Not that I hike or anything, but like, you know, when I've been out in forests and stuff and there's like big cliffs, this stuff's like intriguing to me. Like I'm not afraid of heights at all. But being on that sketchy ladder was like, nope. Because what I was going to do, obviously you guys see that garage is super old, you know, from the videos I've talked about it. You know, the outside of it's old. A lot of that wood's past its prime. So what I originally wanted to do, I was going to replace that light, but I was also going to take that whole post off, like where the pole connects to the garage for the light. And I was going to paint it, you know, clean up the wiring because they just got a janky wiring job up there. You know, of course, if you've seen my other videos working on my house, everything in this house was done half-assed, I feel. So I was going to, you know, clean up that wiring and hide it, fix that little, like, there's like an attic vent up there. I was going to fix that, you know, so everything's just looks nicer. But I was like, nope. Until I buy like some kind of industrial ladder, like where I can walk up that thing and it stays firm, no way. I'm not doing anything else up there. But I got the light up there. You guys will see that tonight when it gets dark. I'll, you know, shoot a little video of it real quick. It's still bright, so, you know, it looks decently. It looks like it's going to be bright, but I can't tell. You know, it's still bright outside. The light looks like it's going to be bright, but I can't tell. We'll see tonight. So, yeah, light's done. So, I know tonight we're going to have a little kind of like I want to say bonfire, but it's not really a bonfire because it's just, you know, we're just going to burn some deck wood. Kind of want to run to the store and get stuff for s'mores, but I don't want to go to the store just for s'mores, so probably won't get that, but yeah. All right, guys. See you in a second. All right, you guys, so right here, I'm talking over the video. We saw like what looked like a thick bird, for lack of a better term, up on the power line up here when we were having our bonfire. And I'm like, that looks like a little owl. And it was hard to see in the video. Like I could see it much better in person, but the video is really hard because it's dark. So right here I went and got a flashlight. That didn't really help. It just made it like way too overexposed, but it was definitely a little owl. I googled some stuff and it looks like it was an eastern screech owl. And yeah, apparently it's bad luck to have those.
Yeah, get out of here.
Just looking through my bathroom window real quick, but show you my light. That thing is super bright. My camera's like messing with it, but man, it's nice. And it uses like no power because it's LED. Sorry, now it's gonna focus on the screen, of course. $30 on Amazon. I kind of want another one for the other side of the house, but I'm not getting up there.